Welcome back. This is segment 2 of today's U Special. We're looking at the Baba Ramdev phenomenon and how exactly it has helped to counter corruption or to fight against corruption in the country, really. So, coming to you, Divya, has it really been successful in really addressing all the questions of corruption? Has it really, as one of our participants said earlier, addressed the corruption?
It has not really addressed corruption at all. I personally believe this guy is doing it for the sake of popularity. And recently I went through a press release that said that there is some constitutional flaw that's actually causing, helping corruption proliferate in the country, and I don't understand what this man has to do with constitutional flaws. I want to know which university he got an economics degree from to understand the constitutional flaw. And coming back to what Tanigeshwara said, he said Baba Ramdev should go to the BPL people, below poverty line people, and make them understand what corruption is. I really question Tanigeshwara. How can this man go to BPL people and talk about corruption? Those people don't even get 2 meals a day. Why will they care if somebody loots their country? All that they want is basic food.
Yeah, and the reason why they're not getting the 2 meals per day is because there is one middleman who is also corrupt. And that corrupt man is not allowing the money flow to him. So very indirectly, it's because of that corruption that he's not getting his 2 meals per day. So every Indian, every person in this country is linked to corruption in one way or the other, whether it's small, whether it's big, whether it's a medium size, but they are linked to corruption. The reason why they're below poverty line is because of this corruption. And that's why every Indian should know about this phenomenon and support this phenomenon.
Alright, so we agree that there is corruption. We know that we need to fight it, but how? Is Baba Ramdev's way the way?
There's every individual in this country who wants to do something against corruption, but they're just looking ways of means how I could contribute to this country to eradicate this corruption, where we are just mixed in this huge crowd and we are waiting for that one single inspiration who could lead us in front. And it may be Anna Hazare, it may be Baba Ramdev. His intentions may be beyond question, but I look at him as a person whose inspiration for fighting against corruption. I don't want to go into the background, why does he do it? The cause is very important. To me, I feel fighting corruption, Baba Ramdev is doing it, I am for it. I am inspired. I am sure this bunch of people, my friends, will also be inspired to fight against corruption.
Definitely, Rajesh, I am inspired. I really am inspired by this man who is from such a humble background, who has taken this big step, this unthinkable step that all of us from well-educated backgrounds would shudder to even take in the first place. The reason behind this is simple. We are all afraid, or we really don't know where to go or what to do in the first place. But this man, he has taken the first step, and we are all able to see it every day in and day out. We all see what this man is doing, how his actions are actually affecting the entire nation.
But at the point when he took such a step, he wasn't a common man anymore. He is someone who has a huge yoga empire to his name. He is someone who is, in the process of declaring his assets, as it were, because the IT, officials are questioning it. So this is not a common man at this point, and he knows what he's doing really. And a lot of people are saying it's all a publicity stunt, as Divya said last time.
Well, it may be a publicity stunt, but like Rajesh said, it is definitely the action that matters. But again, though it is the action, I still have questions about how he's doing it. Rather than why he's doing it or who he is, I'm more concerned about how he's doing what he's doing. I read that in his campaign, as part of his campaign, he wants to get rid of 500 and 1,000 rupee notes in order to get rid of terrorism and counterfeit notes. I really don't see how that's going to make any difference. While there are people who haven't even seen 1,000 rupee notes in their lives in India, I don't know how getting rid of getting rid of currency notes is so irrelevant. And as part of his campaign, he also wants India to be a pro-yoga nation. This questions why he is doing what he is doing. This is what I feel.
You're saying there's no real focus here. He says it's for corruption, but all the demands, if you look at all the demands, there are multiple things. He wanted Hindi, for example, to be
taught in all the schools,
higher education. So,
You see, people like Baba Ramdev, Anna Hazare come today in the spotlight, fight against corruption. Why do they do it first of all? See, today we are suffering not because of the violence across the country, but because of the silence of one person called Dr. Manmohan Singh. Just because he is silent, ordinary other citizens are coming to the spotlight. And you are talking about evading taxes, he's been probed. See, Baba Ramdev was never charged for evading taxes until today when he came and fasted. Just because when someone comes and fights against corruption, You put him, you give the same, you file him under the same charges and say you are corrupted, so you're not eligible to talk about it. In turn, what you're doing is you're shutting the mouth of the democracy. You're taking away the power to speak, power to give our views.
Okay, so you're saying he's being victimized here because he's speaking up. Now, a friend of mine said, why is it that Baba Ramdev chooses to speak up, especially at the time when there's prime time bulletins going on in national channels? Because exactly at that time, they will cut to him and you will see him live on TV. Is it all stage managed? Is there a question mark somewhere? Or are you fully convinced that Baba Ramdev is, clean?
No, the question is whether it's not about Baba Ramdev being clean or not. His intentions of evading corruption, I don't question it at all. I think that if you look into the intentions of it, I am okay with it.
Yeah, but any businessman, if you say, his intention is to make money. His intention and doing that, he's going to give a lot of his employers money. But how is he doing that? Is he doing the right way? He may be increasing the economy of the country, but we still question why he's doing it, how he's doing it. The path he's chosen to do it is wrong. And the same way over here, maybe the end goal that he's choosing is maybe right, but the path that he's chosen to do that is wrong. The anger that he does not have to create anger in people's minds. It's rather he has to create something called a voice to speak out, a voice to sympathize with the people who are suffering from corruption and not make them angry against and go against our own country. That's not our intention right here.
Alright, so the voice created is also important. So in that sense, we need to bring up a comparison between Baba Ramdev and Anna Hazare, because Anna Hazare was after all the pioneer of this campaign here. We'll look at that in the third segment. Do come right back.